रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। वन्दे संस्कृत मातरम्। सर्वेभ्यः नमांसि शुभसायं च। इदानीं वयं भासनाटकस्य तृतीय अंके स्मः। भरतः अस्माकं नायकः भरतः प्रतिमागृहं प्रविष्टवान् अस्ति। तत्र प्रविश्य तत्र प्रतिमानां शिल्पकलासौन्दर्यं पश्यति। तथैव देवतामूर्तयः इति चिन्तयित्वा यद्यपि देवता प्रतिमाः तथापि मानव प्रतिमानाम् अत्यन्त सादृश्यम् अस्ति इति विस्मितः भवति। तदा देवकुलिकः यः प्रतिमागृहस्य रक्षणं करोति स्म सः आगत्य वदति एताः प्रतिमाः इक्ष्वाकु वंशीयानाम् इति वदति। तत् श्रुत्वा भरतः अत्यन्त हर्षितः। तथैव अस्माकं पूर्वजाः तेषां नमनं तेषां प्रणामः अवश्यं मया करणीयः इति चिन्तयित्वा तेषां परिचयं पृच्छति देवकुलिकं। प्रथमं स एव वदति कीदृशाः इक्ष्वाकुवंशीयाः राजानः इति एतेन श्लोकेन सह वदति। कीदृशाः इति एकवारं दृष्ट्वा अनन्तरम् अग्रे गच्छामः। एते ते दैवतानाम् असुरपुरवधे गच्छन्त्यभिसरीं। तत्र सर्वत्र सर्वेषु पादेषु एते ते इति अस्ति। तदेकविध वैशिष्ट्यं। दीस् आर् दे तथा सर्वत्र तथा पृथक् यदा स्वीकुर्मः, when you take these words separately, एते समीपार्थे वदति, ते दूरे तद् वदामः एषः सः एते ते इति। किन्तु नाटकेषु एतादृश प्रयोगः केवलं नाटकेषु इति न, सामान्य व्यवहारे अपि दीस् आर् दे तथा यदा वक्तुम् इच्छामः तदा एतादृश प्रयोगः भवति। एते ते दैवतानाम् असुरपुरवधे गच्छन्त्यभिसरीं। एते ते शक्रलोके सपुरजनपदा यान्ति स्वसुकृतैः। एते ते प्राप्नुवन्तः स्वभुजबलजितां कृत्स्नां वसुमतीम्। एते ते मृत्युना ये चिरमनवसिताश्चन्दं मृगयता। कीदृशाः राजानः इति वदति। प्रथमं तेषां शौर्यपराक्रमविषये वदति। एते कीदृशाः राजानः दैवतानाम् असुरपुरवधे। देवताः यदा असुराणां नगरम् आक्रमणं कुर्वन्ति स्म, आक्रमणं कृत्वा तेषां वधं कर्तुम् इच्छन्ति स्म, तदा मम पूर्वजाः एते मम पूर्वजाः अभिसरीं गच्छन्ति। अभिसरीम् इत्युक्ते अभितः परितः सर्वत्र गत्वा तेषां रक्षणमपि कुर्वन्ति। अग्रगामिनः अग्रेसराः भवन्ति। दे लीड द आर्मी. That means they are so brave that they don't care for their lives. They protect the devatas also. एते ते शक्रलोके सपुरजनपदा यान्ति स्वसुकृतैः स्वेषां पुण्यकर्मभिः। कथं कुत्र यान्ति? शक्रलोकं यान्ति, गच्छन्ति। कथं ते एकाकिनः गच्छन्ति वा? महाराजा एकः अस्ति, महाराजः अस्ति, सः पुण्यवान् अस्ति, पुण्यम् अत्यन्त बहु पुण्यम् आर्जितवान् अस्ति। तस्यापि कालवशः सः अपि भवति। सः एकाकी गच्छति वा? न, ते अत्यन्त प्रजावत्सलाः राजानः, सपुर जनपदा जनपदा इत्युक्ते तत्र याः प्रजाः सन्ति ते तैः सह शक्रलोके यान्ति. They go to the shakraloka means heaven along with their subjects and because of their merits that they have earned. Yete te prapnuvantaः स्वभुजबलजितां कृत्स्नां वसुमतीं. वसुमती इत्युक्ते भूमिः. भूमिपालाः ते राजानः. राजानां भूमिः एव तेषाम् ऐश्वर्यं. कथं ते कृत्स्नां वसुमतीं, सम्पूर्णां वसुमतीं, समस्तपृथिवीं कथं पालयन्ति? स्वभुजबलजिता, स्वेषां भुजबलेन, through their, it is not just by earning ancestral property. They on their own, through their strength and courage, they have expanded their kingdom, and through their strength they are enjoying this kritsnam vasumatim prapnuvantaha. They get this and then they enjoy. Ye te mrityuna ye chiram anavasitaha chandam mrigayata. Ye te sarve स्वच्छंद मृत्यवः इत्युक्ते यदा इच्छा मरणी इति भीष्मस्य विषये वयं जानीमः खलु, तथैव इक्ष्वाकुवंश राजानः कथम् आसन् इत्युक्ते मृत्युना चिरं मृगयता. The death should wait for them, not that in any moment the Lord of Death can come and take them away. Not like that. Chiram Chandam anavas mrigaya, Chandam mrigayata, on their own. That means through their free will, when they are ready, then they will be taken. So Chiram anavasita means for a long time they make Mrityu Devata wait. They are not hunt by Mrityu Devata. They are not caught by Mrityu Devata, and they are such great kings who are sometimes in Kalidasa's words. When they feel that their duty is over, they on their own willingly, voluntarily, they go to, they embrace death. That in that way also it is fine. Or they make death wait. When they are ready, they will, on their own will, they will go. Voho yadrichaya khalu maya mahat phalamasadhitam. Yadrichaya, anayasena. I've been born in such a great Ikshvakukula and have got this merit. Atyanta utkrishtam phalam maya praptam iti Bharatah garvena vadati. Abhidiyatam kasthavadatra bhavan. Atra bhavan, atra pratimaso पूज्य बहु प्रतिमाः सन्ति. अभिधीयताम् इत्युक्ते उच्यताम् इति. प्रथमात् प्रायः तत्र प्रतिमागृहं प्रविष्टः प्रथमप्रतिमा पुरतः स्थित्वा पृच्छति. तदा देवकुलिकः वदति, अयं खलु तावत् सन्निहित सर्वरत्नस्य विश्वजितो यज्ञस्य प्रवर्तयिता प्रज्वलित धर्म प्रदीपो दिलीपः. प्रथमं प्रायः प्रतिमागृहे दिलीपस्य प्रतिमा प्रथमम् अस्ति आरम्भे. सः वदति, अयं खलु तावत्. These are all individually, don't take their words. Khalu, indeed, I am this and all. I am khalu tavat means this being. Yeshaha tu prathama murtistu tatha. Sannihita sarvaratnasya Vishwajitaha pravartayita. Vishwajit is a very, very special yajna wherein the performer, one who does that Vishwajit yajna, he should part with everything best that he possesses. So that's a very, very famous yajna in Sanskrita kavyas. Even Raghu in Ikshvakuvamshiyaha sarve kritavantaha. Even in Katopanishad, you come across Vajashra was performing that, yes, Vishwajit yajna. Vishwajit, whatever they have earned, conquered, that means, that shows it is the duty of kings, or the job of kings is not to just hoard or accumulate wealth At the same time, they used to give it off. And sannihita, satsu nihita, to the worthy. They have given away sarvaratnasya. Sarvaratna can be even for Vishwajit Yajna. It's as an adjective, like the topmost or the best Yajna, Vishwajit Yajnasya pravartayita, performer. Prajwalita dharma pradipaha Dilipaha. Dilipaha kidrishah raja asit. Dharma pradipaha, dharmaha tena prajwalitaha. Dharma pradipa, it's a metaphor. The lamp or the light called dharma, it was made to burn bright. Prajwalitaha, tena prajwalitaha. That means he was the torch bearer of that Ikshvaku Vamsha, who performed Vishwajit Yajna and who gave away all he possessed to the worthy people. सत्पात्रेषु एव दानं करणीयम् इत्यपि अस्ति शास्त्रे. अपात्रदानं कदापि न करणीयम् इति. अतः अत्र दिलीपः विश्वजित् यज्ञं कृतवान् इति प्रथमं तस्य श्रेष्ठता. अनन्तरं सन्निहित सर्वरत्न, तस्य स्वस्य समीपे यद्यद् अमूल्यम् आसीत् तत् सर्वं सत्पात्रेभ्यः सः दानरूपेण दत्तवान्. एवं एतादृश धर्म कार्याणि कृत्वा सः धर्मदीपं प्रज्वलितवान् इति. सः, these are all very flurry language. Instead of just telling me this is Dilipa, he is telling he is the great Dilipa who performed Vishwajit Yajna, gave away all his wealth to the worthy people, and who has been a torch bearer of dharma. Namastu dharma parayanaya. Bharata is very happy and he salutes. Namaha astu. Dharma parayana. Parayana ityukte atyanta shreshtaha dhurinaha. Abhidiyatam kas tavadatra bhavan. Agrima pratima vishaye pruchati. Kaha tavat atra bhavan. Kaha pujyaha atra asti agre. Abhidiyatam uchyatam. Devakulikaha vadati. Ayam khalu tavat. संवेशनोत्थापनयोः अनेक ब्राह्मण जन सहस्र प्रयुक्त पुण्याः शब्दरवो रघुः. Each king in Ikshvaku Vamsha is very, very great. Even in Raghu, if you want to read about their greatness, you have to read Raghu Vamsha of Kalidasa, where Dilipa's greatness is told, and Raghu's. Each won so many kings of this Raghu Vamsha Rajnyam Charitam. Atyanta, with very beautiful similes, Kalidasa has described. So he is telling, Ayam Khalu Tavat Samveshana Uthapana. Samveshana is Shayanam. Samveshana Uthapanayoho Aneka Brahmana Jana Sahasra Prayukta Punyaha Shabdaravo Raghuhu. This is, the next one is none other than Ekakshanam. So Atra Rajnyam Suprabhatam Katham Bhavati Vandimagadaihi Stutihi Kriyate Yatha Atra Tirupatau Venkatesha Suprabhata Seva iti bhavati. Tatha Purvam Maharajanam api Stuti Patakaha Arambe Yataha Sa Raja Pratyaksha Devata iti uchyate. Yadva Bhagavantam Vayam Drashtum न शक्नुमः. भिन्न भिन्न रूपेण सः प्रकटितः भवति. राजा अपि देव समानः. अतः यथा देवस्य विविध उपचाराः भवन्ति तथैव महाराजस्य अपि. यतः तस्य बहु दायित्वं, टु so many responsibilities. If he is a good king, so he has it should be a very good morning, great morning, so that the whole day he will be able to perform all his duties without any hindrance or obstruction. So Stuti Patakaha, first is they have to make the morning very pleasant, and they have to praise him, and then with all beautiful melodious music they used to wake him up. Evam एवमेव शयनसमयेपि महाराजस्य तथा भवति स्म। अतः यदि if you these are all very interesting things, how kings the everyday routine, how he does, all these can be enjoyed by reading these kavyas. So samveshana utthapanayoho, so that means here what it talks about, night he sleeps, morning he wakes up, between that and again from morning till night. So that means aharnisham iti utthapanayoho aneka brahmana jana, तत्र किं वेदमन्त्रपठनं ब्राह्मणानाम् एव अधिकारः, ते तत्र आगत्य सहस्रशः पुण्याः शब्दर्वः. This is Raghu who woke up with the every day he used to wake up listening to the auspicious mantras of these brahmanas. So here it also tells that he was very, very religious, righteous, and then he was a kshatriya. He used to honor these brahmanas are always brahma jnanis, those who are very, very knowledgeable, and his life, one part of it dedicated to their service also. अतः तेषां सेवा अपि भवति स्म, तेषां सत्कारः अपि भवति स्म. अनन्तरं कथं कदा ते अत्यन्त सन्तोषेण मन्त्रोच्चारणं कुर्वन्ति, यदा ते तुष्टाः. तेषां दक्षिणविषये सः अत्यन्त दयालुः आसीत्, अत्यन्त उदारः आसीत्. एवम् एकेन पदेन रघोः बहु गुणाः ज्ञायन्ते. तदा एव ते मनःपूर्वकं मन्त्रोच्चारणं कुर्वन्ति. ते स्वयं स्मितवदनेन कुर्वन्ति. तत् श्रुत्वा महाराजः अपि अत्यन्त सुखितः निद्राति, तथैव उत्तिष्ठति. एवं एतादृशः श्रेष्ठः रघुः द्वितीयप्रतिमाविषये सः वदति. अहो बलवान् मृत्युः एतामपि रक्षाम् अतिक्रान्तः. His surprise, that means at the game of this fate, balavan mrityuhu, Raghu has been every day with his morning and night, his getting up and retiring, it used to go with these auspicious mantras. That means these they say their words have great powers, but still, aho balavan mrityuhu, how strong is this death. That means tesham api raksham atikrantah. Though they used to utter these powerful mantras, even that could not, that means he was also not immortal. That means nobody can escape death. That is just a remark. That means he has been made into a pratima, isn't it? So he thinks, oh, such a great king, but still he also could not avoid death. Namostu brahmana jana vedita rajya phalaya. So he salutes. I salute Raghu Maharaja, who dedicated the fruit of his administration to the Brahmanas. Abhidiyatam kastavadatra bhavan. He goes to the next king, next pratima. Ayam khalu tavat priya viyoga nirveda parityaktah. Ayam khalu tavat priya viyoga nirveda parityakta rajyabharaha. Rajyabhara is nothing but rajyabharaha. Nityavabhrata snana prashantaraja ajaha. Next, he is introducing Bharata to the Pratima of Aja. Ayam Khalu Tavat. This is none other than Priya Vyoga Nirveda Parityakta Rajyabharaha. Aja lost his wife Indumati, and because of that grief, Priya Vyogena Saha Nirveda Parityakta Rajyabharaha. Nirveda is Vairagya. Vairagyena Priya Virahena Saha Atyanta Virahitaha Vairagyavan Bhutva Parityakta Rajyabharaha. He entrusted the responsibility to able ministers, and Nityam Avabhrita Snana Prashantaraja Ajaha. Avabhrita Snana is that which is done at the end of yajnas. That means he has been every day performing these religious rites, and every day Avabhrita Snanam Karoti. Tena kim bhavati prashantaraja ajaha. Rajaha ityukte maharajanam satvika svabhavaha asti, rajasa svabhavaha asti, tamasika svabhavaha asti. Rajnyam, the ambition, that is rajoguna. But because of his vairagya, every day he used to do all these yajna, and then through that avabhrita snana signifies that he was completely devoid of this rajoguna. He is more of sattvika guna. Ajaha. Ayam khalu tavat priya viyoga nirveda parityakta rajya bharo nityavabhrita snana prashantaraja ajaha. प्रशान्तरजः तत्र तथैव तत्र प्रशान्तरजः इति पदं तस्य पापराहित्यं वर्णयति. सः एतेन कार्येण सः स्वस्य पापं सर्वं त्यक्तवान् आसीत्. तादृशः अजः. नमोस्तु श्लाघनीय पश्चात्तापाय. सः श्लाघनीयः इत्युक्ते अत्यन्त प्रशंसनीयः, प्रेस् वर्दि. पश्चात्ताप, यतः सः प्रिया विषये, प्रियतमायाः विषये अत्यन्त अनुताप अथवा सन्तापवान्. एवमेव राजविषये यदा and it is not just he developed a detachment towards the administration. That also talks about his great quality, that being a king, if he cannot rule properly, because he had lost his wife, so, and the grief was so intense that he lost interest in the administration. When such is the case, it is again a very great quality that he, knowing his own weakness, that he could not continue in that king's post because of his that grief was much more than his responsibility. He entrusted the kingdom to some other worthy king. So that is again a great quality, that we need not think that what great thing did he do by giving up the kingdom, because when he knows his weakness or strength, he has to act accordingly. Tadrashaha ajaha. Ataha namostu shlaghaniya paschatapaya. सः अतः भरतः तस्य तं प्रणमति. अनन्तरं तादृश महाराजं नमस्करोति. Then abhidhiyatam kastavadatra bhavan. Agre punah. This, if you can visualize this scene on the stage, Bharata has entered the Pratima Griha, and Devakulika is introducing him to each Pratima with all these adjectives one by one. Naturally, though we know the story, of course, this is Bhasa's own innovative technique that he has adopted in this Nataka. As you are introduced to each Pratima, your curiosity also grows, like it, who might be the next one, what might be his greatness, like that. तत्र रङ्गमञ्चे नाटकरूपेण यदा यदा एषः अभिनयेन रूप्यते, तस्य एतत् किम् अत्यन्त अलौकिक आनन्दं ददाति। अयं दिलीपः इति वदति। न अभिधीयतां कस्तावदत्र भवान्। पुनः एषः he wants to make sure that, like many times we do that, after telling we repeat, even while teaching or even while introducing somebody. Those first it was just introduction through adjectives, then again he has started introducing him, like here now he takes only the names. Ayam Dilipah Prathamam idanim Dilipam uddishya vadati. Ayam Dilipah Pitrapitamaho Maharajasya, great grandfather, Maharajasya Dasharathasya great grandfather. Tadastataha. So now he is trying to establish the relationship. Earlier it was just how great they were and what type of kings they were in that Ikshvaku race. Idanim sambandha rupena tesham parichayam karayati Pitrapitamaha Maharajasya iti. Tatastataha agre anantaram atra bhavan अत्र भवान् रघुः। इदानीं रघोः परिचयं करोति। पितामहो महाराजस्य, he is our father's grandfather. ततस्ततः देवकुलिकः वदति अत्र भवान् अजः, अग्रे अजस्य परिचयं कारयति। पिता तातस्य, मम तातः पिता समानार्थकपदानि। अन्य प्रादेशिकभाषासु तात शब्दस्य पितामहस्य एव तात इति पदम् उपयुज्यते। प्रायः तत् एवमेव क्रमेण भाषा कथं कदाचित् संकुचितं भवति, कदाचित् विस्तरितं भवति, विस्तृतं भवति. So this tata word is actually for father. Then later it has gradually lost its usage for father, and then it's used for grandfather. In almost the South India especially, tata is used for grandfather. Pita tatasya, he is my father's father, that is grandfather. Kimiti kimiti, so he's trying to, he knows the names, but he wants to make sure their names again. I am Dilipaha, I am Raghuhu, I am Ajaha. His mind is, if you imagine or visualize the scene, Bharata is looking at all those statues. He has a very agitated mind. Maybe he has noticed Dasharatha. That is all our assumption. We can do that. And he is a bit disturbed. Then again he wants to make sure there are names. I am Dilipaha, I am Raghuhu, I am Ajaha. He goes on like this. This is Dilipa, this is Raghu, and this is Aja. Bhavantam kinchit pruchhami. Dharamanaanaamapi pratimaah sthapyante. So he wants to know whether it is only Dharamananam ityukte, those who are departed. Is it only the pratimas of the departed that are kept here? Bhavantam kinchit pruchhami. Dharamananam nana. Dharamana ityukte living. Dharamananam api pratimaah sthapyante. He wants to know. He must have seen Dasharatha's pratima there. Is it, are there statues of the living also? Dharamanaah ityukte ye jivitaah santi. Tesham api pratimaah atra santi va iti pruchhati. Na khalo, atikranta is departed. Na khalo, atikrantanam eva sahavadati. Na khalu is emphasizing, not at all. Atikrantanaam eva. It is only of those departed. तेन हि आपृच्छे भवन्तः. Then Bharata आपृच्छे इत्युक्ते गन्तुम् अनुमति. I'll allow you to go, or it's a diplomatic way of saying goodbye. We will meet again, like that. When Devakulika says that no, it's only of the departed, then he says, okay, it's okay, you may go, you may leave. Tena hi aprachye bhavantam. That I will allow you to go, or you may leave. Then Devakulika is surprised. Tishtha yena pranascha rajyam cha stri shulkarthe visarjitaha imam dasharathasya tvam pratimam kimna pruchase. So he is surprised. One more is there. Like this, it is not just three. Like we have been introduced to all these kings, and then he comes to Dasharatha's Pratima, and he wants to find out. Are you not interested in knowing whose Pratima is this? Yena pranascha rajyam cha stri shulkarthe visarjitaha imam dasharathasya tvam pratimam kim na pruchase. Sa pruchati. Yena stri shulkarthe pranaha rajyam cha visarjitaha tvam dasharathasya imam pratimam kim na pruchase. Yena ityukte yena dasharathena stri shulkarthe purvam vivaha prasange कैकेय्याः पित्रा सह तयोः विचारविनिमयः जातः. स्त्रीकन्याशुल्कविषये प्रस्तापः जातः. अतः यः तत् पूरयितुं स्त्रीशुल्कं दातुं येन दशरथेन महाराजेन दशरथेन स्त्रीशुल्कार्थे कन्याशुल्कं दातुम् अथवा तद्विषये सत्यवाक्यं रक्षितुं प्राणाः च राज्यं विसर्जिताः. प्राणाः अपि त्यक्ताः, राज्यमपि विसर्जितं, तदपि परित्यक्तं. तादृश इमां दशरथस्य प्रतिमां त्वं किं न पृच्छसे? भवतः अथवा तव कुतूहलं नास्ति वा अस्याः प्रतिमायाः विषये ज्ञातुम् इति सः पृच्छति. प्रायः देवकुलिकः एषः एव भरतः इति न जानाति. तत् नाटकेऽपि भवति. सामान्यतया इदानीं यद्यपि राजपुत्रः किञ्चित् कालं मातुलगृहे स्थितवान्, सः आगतवान् अस्ति. किञ्चित् तदा we heard that somebody said he has grown up, especially during certain age. They grow like we cannot identify them. Or Devakulika might not have this Pratima, this concept itself is new, that has been newly built and he has been kept as a guard. He might not have seen Bharata. So he doesn't know who this fellow is. So he just as a very innocent, with innocence, he asks this. Are you not interested in knowing whose Pratima it is? Bharata. Then, as he had earlier told, kevalam atikrantanam eva pratimaha atra sthapyante iti yada Devakulikah purvameva uktavan tad smritva Bharataha ha tata iti murchitaha patati. He faints and punaha pratyagatya. He regains his consciousness, and then he tells, हृदय भवसकामं यत्कृते शङ्कसे त्वं शृणु पितृनिधनं ते गच्छ धैर्यं च तावत् स्पृशति तु यदि नीचो मामयं शुल्कशब्दस्त्वथ च भवति सत्यं तत्र देहो विशोध्यः. हृदय भवसकामं यत्कृते शङ्कसे त्वं शृणु पितृनिधनं ते गच्छ धैर्यं च तावत् स्पृशति तु यदि नीचो मामयं शुल्कशब्दः त्वथ च भवति सत्यं तत्र देहो विशोध्यः। सः स्वस्य हृदयम् उद्दिश्य वदति, हृदया, हे हृदया इति, हे नास्ति तथापि हृदयं सम्बोधयति, हे हृदया सकामं भव, यत्कृते त्वं शङ्कसे तत् पितृनिधनं शृणु, तावत् धैर्यं च गच्छ, यदि अयं नीचः शुल्कशब्दः अत्र तावत् धैर्यं च गच्छ, यदि अयं नीचः शुल्कशब्दः मां स्पृशति, मां स्पृशति, अथ च अत्र तु अथ इति अस्ति, अत्र शुल्कशब्दः तत्र विसर्गः अस्ति, अनन्तरं तु बट् परन्तु किन्तु तथा अस्ति, अथ एंड देन अथ च सत्यं भवति, यदि नीच शब्दः नीच शुल्क शब्दः मां स्पृशति अथ सत्यं भवति, तत्र देहः विशोध्यः। अत्र इदानीं सुलभम् अस्ति, हे हृदया सकामं भव, सकामं भव इत्युक्ते मनोरथं, भवतः मनोरथं पूरय, त्वं यत्कृते शङ्कसे, यस्मिन् विषये तव सन्देहः अस्ति, इत्युक्ते पितृनिधनं, पितृमरणवार्तां शृणु, तदन् इत्युक्ते मनसि या शङ्का आसीत् तदिदानीं निश्चयः जातः, तथैव तत् शृणु आकर्णय, अनन्तरं धैर्यं च तावत् गच्छ, तथैव तद्विषये पितृमरणवार्तां यद्यपि असहनीयं तद्विषये किञ्चित् धैर्यम् अवलम्बय, तत् कथमपि पितुः मरणवार्तां कथमपि सहे, यदि अयं नीचः शुल्कशब्दः मां स्पृशति, then he is more worried about this shulka shabda that is piercing him very badly. Neechah shulka shabda. This word is so mean and it's hurting me a lot. Yadi satyam bhavati. If it is mam sprishati ityukte, if this shulka shabda has proved true regarding me or pointing at me, making me as the victim, if I have been victimized through this shulka shabda, satyam atha satyam bhavati, and if it is true, tatra ityukte, then dehaha vishodhyaha. Aham vishodhyaha ityukte, I have to purify myself. That means I have to undergo purification. So he says, O heart, you be satisfied. Satisfied means you be assured to hear the death of your father, which you are apprehending. And then have patience. Dhairyam cha tavat gaccha ityukte. See, these are all, you are not a weak person. You have to bear this grief. So have patience. And it should not be, if I am not hated for this term shulka shabda, and if I have not been victimized because of this shulka shabda, and if it is true, then definitely I have to do prayaschitta. I have to undergo some purification myself. Thavati bhavasakamam. That means he is one is assurance are very sure that certain that his father is dead, and then that has happened, and no matter of crying or no matter of grief can bring him back, that he has to bear that grief. So dhairyam cha tavat gacha. More than that, if it is this nita shulka shabda that is touching me here, it is not literally touching. Like as the wind blows, like sprishati means it's touching me in the sense, if I have been uh, pointed by this shulka shabda, and if it is true, then I have to do that. So he tells himself, Arya, he says, he addresses, so far he had not used this shabda. So he was just standing there, and then Devakulika entered, and it happened without any, there was no point. Kastava tatra bhavaniti pruchati, who is this Pujya? He started right away like that. So for the first time he is using this word Arya. Aryeti, Ikshvaku kulalapah khalvayam. So he is very, very happy. So Ikshvaku kula alapaha, Ikshvaku vamshajanam bhashana shaili. Te samanyanam api atyanta adarena tesham संबोधनं कुर्वन्ति स्म. यथा यद्यपि ते अत्यन्त श्रेष्ठाः, तथापि सामान्यानाम् अपि आदरपूर्वकं संबोधनं भवति स्म. अतः सः अत्यन्त हर्षितः अस्ति. आर्येति इक्ष्वाकुकुलालापः खलु अयम्. Is it not the way of addressing, the style of addressing of these Ikshvaku Vamshajas? Kachit Kaikeyi putro Bharato bhavan nanu. Aren't you Kaikeyi's son? So he knows something about the royal family, that Rama and Rama Sita have gone to the forest, and Lakshmana also has followed him. So Shatrughna remains. Some gossip he has heard. So what as Bharata had gone to his Mama's house, maternal uncle's house. So it's a guess. Kachit Kaikeyi putro Bharato bhavanano. I think, aren't you Kaikeyi's son Bharata? Because you also belong to Ikshvaku family, and just as they address all others as Arya, like he has been an elderly person by age also, he is an elderly person. So he has been called as Arya. So Kaikeyi putro Bharato bhavan nano is asking. Then immediately Bharata says, Athakim. Then what? That means then what, in the sense, as he is crediting, in one way he is telling, oh, it's Ikshvaku Vamshakulalapaha. They are such, those great kings. That is how they used to address. Then immediately the second sentence he says, Kaikeyi putra. Bharata cannot take this both together. Dasharatha putro Bharatosmi, na Kaikeyaha. So he already has an intuition that it is because of Kaikeyi, Kanya Shulka and all that. He knows who else can demand Rama's Vanavasa through Kanya Shulka. Maybe he knows all that. So he says, Dasharatha putro Bharatosmi. So he wants to take the credit that he is Dasharatha's putra, because I also belong to the same royal family of Ikshvaku, and I'm the great son of Dasharatha, and not Kaikeya. I'm not Kaikeyi's son. So don't judge me by her, by imposing her nature on me. That is what he means. Tena hi aprache bhavantam. Then aprache is again dramatic this thing, to request permission to leave. Tena hi aprache bhavantam. I beg your pardon to leave, depart or exit. Tishtha shesham abhidiyatam. So now Bharata is curious. Earlier he did not want to, he had stopped at Dasharatha. Before Dasharatha he had stopped asking. And Devakulika himself, he told about Dasharatha. Now Bharata is telling, Tishtha shesham abhidiyatam. Shesham, whatever is left over. That means whatever You have to tell me. Abhidiyatam. You have to enlighten me about the further happenings. Devakulika. Ka gatihi. Shruyatam. Uparatastatra bhavan Dasharathaha. Sita Lakshmana Sahayasya Ramasya Vanagamana Prayojanam na jane. So he is telling. So ka gatihi. What do there is no way out of this. There is no alternative. Upayaha ka gatihi. Kaha upayaha. He is now very scared because he is scared that somebody might he might be punished by other ministers or from the royal family, that he has disclosed this truth of Dasharatha's death. So he has his own reasons. So, but somehow, as Bharata kept on asking about those pratimas, he has told him in that spur of the moment, he has told about all those things. Now he is very scared. Ka gatihi, kaha upayaha. Then he says there is no alternative. Shruyata, listen. Uparataha tatra bhavan dasharataha. Uparataha ityukte mritaha. Tatra bhavan pujyaha dasharataha mritaha. Sita Lakshmana Sahayasya Ramasya Vanagamana Prayojanam na jane. And he is very smart. The king is dead, but I do not know why Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, they went to the forest. Maybe natural, they do not know the happenings of the royal family, and so many things happen. All details and all secrets will not be disclosed. So he says, Dasharataha tatra bhavan uparataha. Sita Lakshmana sahayasya itukte sahitasya Ramasya Vanagamana Prayojanam. I do not know what might be, what importance might be of Rama going to the forest along with Sita and Lakshmana. Katham Aryopi Vanam Gataha. So far, Bharata was knowing only about Dasharatha's death. That itself was a great shock for him. Now this Devakulika, in his innocence, he is telling, Dasharatha is dead and I don't know why Rama, Lakshmana and Sita went to the forest. So he's all the more shocked. Katham, how is it? Aryopi vanam gataha. My dearest brother, my respected brother, he also went to the forest. Dvigunam mohamupavataha. So he is, again he faints. Kumara, samashvasi. He is trying to console him. So have courage, have patience, have courage, or be brave, calm down. All this samashvasana is just to console and telling Dheeraj rakho. Tatha. Samashvasya अत्र स्थगयामः. अग्रे किं भविष्यति इति अग्रिमकक्षायां पश्यामः. किञ्चित् प्रश्नोत्तर. प्रशान्तरजस् इस् रजः इत्युक्ते पापः, प्रशान्तरजः इत्युक्ते पापरहितः. अजः अवभृतस्नानं प्रतिदिनं यज्ञं कृत्वा यज्ञान्ते पुनः स्नानं कुर्वन्ति. अवभृतस्नान is that which they do after at the end of the yajna. Through that he washed off all his sins. अस्तु रीति भगिनी सन्देशं प्रेषयति. I'll just read out. You just explained the saintly Aja, the late emperor. The one person who might be one up would be Professor Abdul Kalam. a lifelong bachelor and without performances of yajnas, he too lived unto death an almost saintly life. No pride affected his personality, well known for his vast knowledge, humility, and leadership of the largest democracy. Very true. Satyam Bhagini. Yat krite shankase. Yat krite, what you doubted. About what you doubted. Alapa is just, see, alapa is conversation, sallapa, alapa, lap is the dhatu, lapana is to talk. So here, Ikshvaku Vamsha Kulalapaha ityukte, the style of Ikshvaku Vamsha, the bhashana, the speaking style, the spoken style of Ikshvaku Vamsha. The same thing maybe in Sangeeta, this alap, in Hindustani it is called alap, in Karnataka it is called alapana. They speak the notes. Every raga has certain notes depending on the type of raga, 5, 6, like that. The musicians, they speak through the notes. That is how they do all different gimmicks using those notes like that. So that is also alapa. No, kachit is, don't split the word, it's an avyaya. It is used very specially. One minute, I'll go to that, this thing and show. In Sundarakanda, you hear lot of this kachit prayoga. Is it here? Kachit here, more than are you asking, are you Kaikeyi son? Instead of just asking like that, by any chance, it gives that meaning. No need to split that word, kat and chit. It's not like that. Kachit is one word. Just read another. If there are any questions, then I'll try to answer. Okay. Ram, yes. Vadatu?
Okay, so based on our knowledge of Ramayana, Dasharatha gives the boons to Kaikeyi while fighting against Samparasura, and she helps him to drive the chariot and other things. Whereas in Bhasa, he is talking about Kanya Shulka.
Yes.
So Kanya is during the marriage, whereas Samparasura happens after the marriage, which is correct. I don't know. That's why I wanted to have.
No, this. See, though it is purely Ramayana based story, Mukhya Katavastu Yadyapi Ramayanasya asti, each poet has the freedom to take his own, so like do some modifications without altering or without obstructing the main qualities of the Nayika, like that. So here and there, even Kalidasa for that matter, he has the Shakuntala Dushyanta Katha Mahabharate Dasti, he has brought that ring episode and all that. That is not there in Mula Mahabharata. So they have that liberty and they can do that. If it doesn't, see, nowhere, nobody has taken the liberty to change Rama's character, or nobody, Ravana is depicted as a hero. That should not be done. That liberty is not at all allowed. But here and there, and as it is a Nataka, see, I gave the example of a book being made into a movie. Book is a audio treat or oral, like it that is to be enjoyed by listening to that kavya. In those days, people used to organize when there were any festivities. They used to call scholars. They used to read Ramayana, Mahabharata, like that. People used to enjoy listening to that Shravana Yajna, they call. This is Drishya Yajna. So here, depending on the situation, the story, and also if it is appealing to the audience, some modifications, some changes are allowed. So here he has introduced three shulka, and this Pratimagriha is completely Bhasa's innovation, his imagination. So there they outdo others, unlike some innovations on their own, where others also follow their footsteps, like that. So in Ramayana, it is not there.
Okay, why I ask this question is, if Dasharatha promises as a Kanya Shulka, then he himself is violating the Raja Dharma, where only the first wife's son has to be the king. That's what the Raja Dharma then. Okay,
Raja Dharma asti. See, all kings, if you go through their their history, first is all are human beings. He may be a very great king. To err is human. In such a weak moment, he must have done this. Dasharatha repents, not that he boasts that what I did was it was not wrong. Never does he do that. He repents a lot. In Ramayana and Mahabharata, see, first of all, Ramayana is, they say it is itihasa, that has happened. So some moral also, be like Rama, not like Ravana. These are also things that these kavyas teach us. So going deep into Valmiki's, this thing is not required here. Okay. Astu. Agre gachamaha. Arun Kumar.
Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, yes.
So, when introducing the Pratimas, he talks the great quality of three kings, and when Dasharatha comes, he puts down him, saying that he died because of Kanya Sulka. So, Bharata feels bad, isn't it, madam?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
no, but here, before that, he stops at that, and Bharata somehow, maybe it's a coincidence or something, some intuition that he has seen Dasharatha's resemblance to that Pratima, and he doesn't want to. Many times what happens when you know something has happened already, you want to avoid hearing, postpone that bad news, isn't it? So he stops at that, and that Devakulika on his own voluntarily says, don't you want to know about this? That is because he's not blaming Dasharatha completely, but as it has been added recently to the Pratimagriha, maybe the last one in that row, he had heard that through rumor that this he died because of all this. So he's not completely, and that Devakulika cannot blame a king like that. But I heard that he died because of that. That is what he says.
Kanya Shulka means what?
Kanya Shulka means, Kanya is at the time before marriage. Here it says, Dasharatha had promised Kaikeyi's father that earlier, if you remember Mahabharata Katha, Bhishma and Shantanu had promised that Satyavati's father, that the Satyavati's son will get the kingdom. Like that, here he had promised, he might have promised, he must have promised Kaikeyi's father that Kaikeyi's son will be made the crown prince.
In the previous class, we discussed about Alagi's author, madam.
But I tried that today, but I couldn't get it, sir.
You have to press Control 2. Then it shifts to Sanskrit language.
One second. Control
2, number 2.
But is it a free download or is it a pay?
Yes, ma'am, it's a free download. It's a free download.
But can it be downloaded on the laptop?
Yes, ma'am. I have downloaded the laptop only. Alagi plus 10.45 is the version. I
yes,
think you have to go deep
that.
within. Yeah, there's a setup file.
Okay, I will try it today again. If I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
any problem day before, can I ask
In the
you?
website, there is an option called Free App Store. You have to
Okay.
go inside Free App Store. There you get the Windows setup exe file.
Okay,
You
thank
can
you, sir.
download the exe file to your, then you can install.
And to type, I have to do Control 2, is it?
Yes, ma'am. By
Okay.
default, it is in Tamil language.
Yeah,
You
other
have to type
we
if
have to
you want.
select the language.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, I will try, sir. If I have any problem, I will contact you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hemavati Shankar. Some more are there. Let me ask them and then.
On that place where he is seeing Dasharatha's statue and he's buried, there is one line I think either you didn't explain or I didn't. I missed it out. Can you show
Where?
that one? That part where he looks at Dasharatha's statue, he's getting worried. There is one line. If you can show that part.
Okay, I will. It's okay. If it is in my book also, I can explain. Is it
No,
here?
previous slide. Previous slide.
Before this.
No, one more slide. No.
बहुमान्याक्षिप्तेन मनसा सुव्यक्तं नावधारितं विधीयतां कस्तावदत्.
Yes.
बहुमानव्याक्षिप्ते मनसा. That part.
Kshamyatam, Satyam, Aham. As he sees Dasharatha, Namostu Shlaghaniya Paschata. Thanks for reminding, Bhagini. Namostu Shlaghaniya Paschatapaya. So he is appreciating Bharata for his good deed. And Dasharathasya Pratimam Avalokayan Paryakulo Bhutva. So he is very disturbed and agitated. Bhoho Bahumana Vyakshiptena Manasa Suvyaktam Navadharitam. So I missed out this part why he starts about, I just told the names. So Bahumana Vyakshiptena, because of the respect towards my ancestors, Manasa, Suvyaktam Navadharitam. So it is the poet's cleverness that he wants to make sure, again he's coming back to all. I was so immersed in paying respects and listening to your words, great words about them. So, na avadharitam, I did not pay attention to that. Suvyaktam, very clearly, I did not grasp it. Abhidiyatam kastavadatra bhavan. So, he's asking again. Earlier, it was Devakulika who was introducing them through their great qualities. So now that is why he again tells about them by taking their names, just names.
Okay, one line. Thank you. Dhanyawad.
Madam, I have got one more doubt. Shulka, does it mean the same in Kanya Shulka and Shulka Sabda, or they are different?
Shulka is fees also is Shulka. It is, see, fees. What is that other? We have even in English we have so many other words. Kanya Shulka is that the fees that is given at the time of marriage.
Okay. Shulka Sabda?
Shulka is money, fees. Kanya Shulka is for especially for that. If you are just Aham Vidyalayam Gatva Shulkam Dadami means I am paying the fees.
Dakshina. Okay. No, I'm asking in the one more place, it says Shulka Shabda. I mean, by this, hearing this sound, I think in the verse number 9 or 10.
Yes. There he doesn't tell Shulka, just a short form he takes, that's all.
Oh.
Meena Bhagini. Is there? I'll go to the next one. Veda.
Namaste. Can you hear me?
Yes. Is it Veda or Meena?
Yeah, Veda.
Astu, vadatu Bhagini.
Yeah. My question is about this, the word bhava. it comes in Sita Bhava, and here it comes in the 9th shloka, Bhava Sakamam. So it has so many meanings. And
yeah, Bhudhatu. Bhava is you become. You become calm. You become Dirghayur Bhava, Swasto Bhava. You like it's becoming. You be. हिंदी भाषायां हो, स्वस्थ हो, सुखी हो, like that.
So in the 9th shloka here, what is that Bhava Sakamam? You know,
Bhava Sakamam, that means be without any, be devoid of doubts, be free of doubts.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Riti Bhagini.
Namaste.
Namaste.
This shulka word has brought up a lot of questions. Shulka could be, it's tax, isn't it? We pay the government shulka.
Yes, yes. That is what
I tax. And for women, there is this dowry. It's switched situations now, because in Africa, the man pays the father of his bride in cows as a dowry for his wife. In India, it used to be as to the man.
Vadhu Dakshina. It was called Vadhu Dakshina.
Yes, that Dakshina is a different thing, but this comes dowry is a kind of a payment for the Griha Lakshmi being taken away to a different person's home. And you know, in most countries, men have the upper hand. Nobody likes to believe that they are infertile. So Dasharatha had his first wife. She couldn't produce a child. His second wife couldn't produce a child. So he was quite happy when the third pretty young person came along, and she was obviously very, very qualified. And so he was happy to give her the shulka, because he thought, oh, well, it wouldn't happen anyway, because she might produce this child that I
very logical. Yes.
Ultimately, it didn't happen because it was him. Men do not like to believe they're infertile. It's always the woman's fault. So I had the wife. Maybe this time I'll get it right. She is the one who's at fault. So we could look at it that way. And another thing was about the museum of the kings. That's a unique point. You know, I almost walked into the museum with Bharata and was looking at all of those kings. It's so beautiful. It's really, really very illustrative of.
No, ma'am. How can we say that Dasharatha is infertile?
Sorry.
Okay, let us not debate about this. I will stop this discussion.
Who diagnosed that he is infertile? No one has said that he is infertile.
Let us not debate over this, please. She just whatever she wanted to
because
convey.
of some sapa, he would have had that kind of problem.
Okay.
We cannot,
let us conclude this session by Shanti Mantra. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवादाः स्वागतम् अग्रिम परश्वः बुधवासरे 6:30 पुनर्मिलामः।